Hello, everyone. I'm Reece Manigan. I'm the director, the writer, and I star as Lester Toad in Big Crime in a Small Town.
Hello, I'm Charles, and I play as Ichabod Crane.
And we're here to do the audio commentary about our very first feature. So we're going to talk about like the history of this film, behind the scenes, and just everything about it. And I'm so glad at last to have an audio commentary with none other than my best mate and where it all began, really.
Yeah.
So this idea was practically from Fargo. I mean, I watched series of Fargo and I loved it, and I was inspired so much from it. And I wanted to do something so similar and just sort of create a sort of fanish kind of film about it. And the writing originally was only meant to be like a 20-page treatment, and then it ended up being a 45-minute film. And then I remember when I phoned you and told you it would finish,
Mm.
it ended up being a 45-minute project. I said, we've done a feature.
Yeah. Well, it was a shocker for me when it happened.
This first scene we shot was, I think, one of the first scenes we did, and us, me in the bag, but obviously it's pretending it's not me.
Mm.
And I think that bag was like an old school bag or something. I just stuffed it on my head, but it looks very threatening on the shot.
Oh yeah, it certainly does. Well, I remember doing this scene. Oh, this has been longer, so I vaguely remember what it did, but it's just to show how intimidating the character I was playing as.
Yeah, the introduction is always like the show of the serial killer and who you are and what the character is, and I always imagine the character how he's looking right now, like with the
Mm.
hair combed back and the black coat and the leather gloves, and this was exactly how I pictured the character. And then the menacing personality you brought so well to it, I just loved it. And I think some people actually loved it themselves. I think I remember one time someone was watching this, and they said, "God, that guy's scary," like And here is my character, Lester Toad, who is kind of a suffering villain, I guess. Protagonist turned villain, I guess you could say,
Mm.
or anti-hero. Um, we shot this at Wooden Lake, beautiful day. I think this was during the summer we filmed this. It was,
I think majority was in the summer, wasn't it? So
yeah,
like late spring, early summer.
yeah, definitely. And Elica Bezchi there plays Pearl, who is an old friend of ours. We've known since college, and I think she was the only actress we knew at the time to play my girlfriend slash Pearl slash. But this was back when we literally knew nobody. We
Mm.
didn't know, Rennie Costa, Charlotte Campbell, Sammy Simmons, all the gang. This was back when we literally just had two friends who are actors or whatever. I mean, we tried to get other people involved, but there's just so many unreliable people in the world.
Mm.
But what I love about this film is watching it back now. It just brings back so much nostalgia of 2014, and I'm so glad that we got it out in a good year because 2014 was a very good year for film, and it was a good year for us to get it out. But also, what I love as well is I think I've mentioned this before. I always like to try and get a film out when there's a good year for film.
Yeah.
So 2014 was a good year for film. So I was just like, wow, we got the first feature out in a good year. And this scene was filmed at my college with my. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm sorry, but they were. And if they're watching this, I don't give a fuck. You're all. Anyway, so yeah, this was filmed at my college, and obviously we pretended that my character was working in an office and everything. And it's kind of good because you get like the good thing about these introductions of these characters, you've got Lester Toad, who's got this big introduction about his life, and then you've got a very teaser introduction of your character. So your character's more suspenseful because we don't know much about your character, what he's up to. We know he's killed somebody,
Mm.
and then it kind of brings a lot of what's the word, suspense to the
Yeah.
picture. God, do I miss that hat? And I miss that coat as well. I used to love that coat. James Sampayo plays the bully here, who was actually very honoured to try and punch me in the face, but luckily he actually didn't. Well, that's a good shot. And this We need to talk about this. This is the very first scene we shot. This is the very first scene right here
It sure was.
at Campbell Park, I believe.
Yep, in Camel Park.
Yeah.
By the Rose.
I think if I remember correctly, when we were doing this, I think we literally just had the pages of this scene, didn't we? When we were filming it, I don't think the whole script was kind of done yet, and I think I just said to you, I want to go out and film this scene and show the introduction of the characters. And this was such a fun scene to shoot. But what I love about it is that we get such a difference between the two, and like you've got Ichabod, who is this really intimidating dark character, and you've got Lester, who's kind of like this very timid, simple character. And I think I remember some people were watching this and they were like, "Is he going to kill him in this scene?" But then you kind of see that instead of just killing people, Ichabod has a thing for manipulating them. But I loved your expressions in this scene. When I said to you to look a certain way, you nailed it so much. Especially the part when my character says, "Why don't you just kill him for me?" and your face just lights up. I love that part. I love it.
That's what I was trying to do when I was playing that character. Try to be like cohesive, manipulative. Anything that a sinister guy would do.
But he's not just sinister; he's clever as well, and he calculates. I mean, he is a predator. If you think about it, he calculates when his prey is moving, what they're going to do. But I think what I think about this scene, I think Ichabod's thinking, I don't think I've met a guy like this before. Because your face is like, really? But as well, I think you're kind of thinking, I've got so much opportunity here. This guy's suffering. I'm going to really turn him. Love that little bit. Tries to lighten up the conversation. You don't laugh. Your expressions are so good in this scene. It's just amazing. And do you know what I love as well? I love how the shots are really good. Despite we filmed it on an old, very bad camera,
Yeah.
I actually love the shots. Like this bit here, and like I'm very proud of these shots.
Yeah.
I mean, this, like I said, this is back when we had nothing. Literally, like we were just two.
You're just working with a mini camera as well, weren't we? So, yeah.
I just love that you don't move your face. Like you're just so focused. It's just great. This is the money shot right here. This one. Look at that. Love it. I love it so much. I thought the year was 2014, not 2002. I think I kind of added that ringtone as a joke to say, do you remember the old ringtones back then? Good times.
Your phone likes to keep buzzing.
Yeah. Well, that's Pearl. That just shows this is showing the abuse, And as you can see there, again, that even though that was a joke, you can see that Lester doesn't stick up for himself. Again, he's saying, I'm under the thumb. I love you. You're shouting at me, but I love you. But you can tell...
And then there's my character going like, yeah, but what if you just stand up for yourself?
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say as well, like you can tell Lester is tempted, that he wants to say yes and whatever, but there's a part of him that still, niggles himself. But he kind of put himself in the frame here, and this shows it right now. And we actually filmed this outside the college as well. Oh my God, it feels weird looking at this because I haven't been to the college in years. When I was filming this scene, I didn't want to show Ichabod. I wanted to, just show that someone is walking up to him and killing him, and then there's kind of a little guess, who could have done it, and then you realise that, Quite proud of that shot, to be honest. And I just love it, what as again as well with the character of Ichabod, that he's killed and he just doesn't care. He's just so chilled, you know. He's that kind of character that would just kill somebody, go home, have a shower, eat dinner, and go to bed,
Yeah.
and just wouldn't think about it. He'd be like, right, I've done my job for the day. Now I'm gonna just go and have food and go home.
It tells you how much his body count is if he doesn't give two shits about it.
I think we kind of reveal as well how many he's killed. I think it's 15 people in total that I added. And this shot, right? So this shot right here, and me and you look at each other. This is inspired by Silence of the Lambs because Silence of the Lambs always has POV shots, especially when Hannibal looks into Clarice's eyes, and this is kind of like a Hannibal Lecter moment, and also in a way, sort of a hypnotist sort of moment to say you can change your life, and he's listening, he's looking into your eyes, he's kind of falling for it, and that's what I wanted. And this, oh my god, we had such a good day filming this scene. This moment. I don't know if I should laugh or not. Well, it's a dark comedy, but I really enjoyed filming this, and Elica did such a great job playing this scene. Like, she nailed it very well. But what I love is when I told Elica about this role, she moaned that she was going to get killed off. And then I said to her, "Yeah, but it's important for the role and everything." And then she was like, "Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I'll do it." And then she said, "How do I die?" And then I said, "Oh, I smash your head in with a hammer." And then she's like, "Oh." She's like, "Why'd you do that for?" I go, "Well, because you play a really nasty bitch." So basically, you know. But this is, I mean, this is a shocking moment because this is a character that you wouldn't think would do something like this, you know, and that's what makes it shocking. And he actually tries to stick up for himself, but it just goes the wrong way. But it shows that Ichabod's powers have gone to Lester's head. My facial expressions are still the same from now to then. I still have the same facial expressions. Do you know the reactions to that? Every time I've been, ooh, like when I showed this to my college classmates, I showed it, someone went, oh, that was a bit harsh. I just every time I've done it, and I think Elica's best friend Emma has saw that, and she cried with laughter when she saw that scene. Just that bonk, you know. The thing is as well. It looks like, I mean, I remember when we was doing the scene. I think it took about 3 takes, and obviously I didn't go as fast as it shows on the film. So I did it, and then I fast forward the footage a bit, and it came out beautiful, especially when I added the sound effect.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that every time people watch it, they go, "Oh, oh, the beauty of editing."
Yeah, it's your desperation.
Yeah, I love that bit. I thought it was kind of appropriate not to show the head.
Of course.
Yeah.
We haven't got any graphic design.
Yeah, we could have just poured some wine on Elica, you know. But then everyone thought she might have been out getting drunk. Again, this shot, I love it. It's just, I think I've got a screen cap of us two with this shot. It's really good. I'm so happy that there was no people in the background because it would have been so awkward. Just passes by. Oh, you can see her face there, but oh well. Actually, to be fair, her head's sort of slightly turned, so maybe I just smashed her in one eye. I love this shot as well. The look of the lake. You were just like, oh, got an idea. Just sling her body in the lake. The beauty of indie film, just the fact we had to get Elica to roll. I mean, roll near the lake. I mean, at one point, she thought she was going to go into it. Just like. And this is Bradley, who played the copper. In fact, he was a last-minute addition to the film because originally we had somebody else, but then they pulled out as per usual. So he just said, "I'll do it." And to be honest, he did quite a decent job. To be fair, so
Mm.
And what I love now, from this now up until when we encounter each other again, I love that this is kind of like the aftermath now of the whole crime, and this is the build up to the big finale, I guess you could say. But what I'm happy about is it's not slow burn; it's more, everything starts to build up, kind of thing.
It's starting to roll into position.
Exactly. I enjoyed this day of shooting as well. And Richard is an old acquaintance of ours who also volunteered to help. But I would admit, probably not the best choice in terms of acting. But oh well. Like I said, we didn't know nobody. But I kind of like this scene, just to show that this is also showing as well what Ichabod's really here for, and
That's right, the target. His name is Oliver Orange, also known as Dog.
Yeah, the character of Oliver Orange. I was really gutted. I really wanted to have an Oliver Orange in this movie because we was going to have him come in the film, and your character was going to sort of manipulate him and kind of mess with his head, and then he was going to pay you loads of money to stop this thing happening, and that's how the character was originally supposed to get the money. But again, as I said, we didn't know nobody, so we had to just make him pass away that he had this secret bank account and he was this rich guy, and this is why we need to do the clean-up version.
Oh yeah.
Because we are working on a clean-up version of this film, and we will definitely get better people, better actors, and better story involved and everything. Obviously, us two will be back playing the main characters.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy. Figure it out for yourself.
So I'm very excited to come back to play Lester, but this time I'm going to try and make him less. I suppose the word goofy is a bit better. Try and make him a bit more, But I don't want it to be like. But obviously, he's still got to be a bit more comical, but he's got to not be as goofy as before.
Yeah, definitely.
And I suppose you're going to try and make your character a bit more darker as well.
Oh hell yeah, I am.
Yeah. More manipulative, more, But there's loads of ways I'm going to try and reboot the whole thing. And also, we're going to change Jake Stone to a woman, a lesbian policeman, definitely. There's going to be more murders, more blood, more darkness to it, and definitely also more dark comedy involved as well. Definitely. I need a lot of that. Because the good thing about this film is, even though it's quite dark, we did manage to make a lot of people laugh with this film. And I'm not talking about because of the way it's edited or the acting or anything. People did actually like these characters. They actually thought there were some really good funny moments. We actually shot this in a very empty classroom in the college because, if you remember, there used to be some very empty classrooms. And we actually just ran in, sat down, and just filmed in a scene. I think we was in this room for about an hour doing these scenes.
Yeah.
Because he also does the phone call scenes at the same time. I love that shot. The clouds as well. I'm so glad it was cloudy that day. Really had the effect. This is where you can kind of see Lester slowly kind of he knows that he's been put to a corner now, and he doesn't. All his lies are slowly starting to
unravel
a bit. Yeah. I'm so glad that even though that's a college, it does feel like we're on an office centre. It does. It really matched very well. And quite a few people were looking when we were filming this, and I remember they were saying like, "Oh, what are you up to?" And I was like, "We're just making a film." And they went, "Oh, good luck." Like they just literally didn't care that we were out in the area filming. You can tell Lester's got a bit of a different attitude now compared to what he had before, and that's what I like. I like this little transformation from prey to predator. But he still manages to worm his way out of it a little bit. By the way, in case everyone's scared or worried, there was actually no ATM there. We had no cameras at any ATMs, I promise you. This is all sound effects. That's just a wall. Like, honestly, because I think someone said, "Did you actually like use an ATM?" I said, "No, we were just filming."
Ah, shit!
That was the most iconic shit moment ever.
I think I might have been caught out. Blow up! I don't know. Well, there was some police with them.
How many times did we try and do that shot? Must have been like 3 times until we finally got the right. Till we finally got the right moment. Right, that little village there, that's Lavingdon. This is when I was living in one of the houses in Lavingdon, and we had the outside and we had a little view, and I thought that'd be quite cool to shoot. I mean, this isn't London, by the way. This is our film that wasn't filmed in London.
Pre-London production.
Exactly. I mean, like, I'm still very proud of this film, how it's come out. I kind of love how this is our beginning film. I mean, are you still proud of this film?
Oh yeah, as a first-time film that we've done together, yeah, I'm still proud of it. It's a first stepping stone for us, so...
Because I remember as well when I started to move to London as well, because this, because once this was finished, the new year came, and then I was trying to get into uni. I remember you were saying to me, "Let's see if we can try and do a second one in London," and then that's when Cold Street was born. And I was thinking, wow, do you really think we could do another like 45-minute film, or can we really pull it off? And we kind of did, and now we've ended up doing 6, 6 films, 6 features. The old classic media room where we used to use the Max and stop motion stuff. It was great.
I have no knowledge, I was never there.
Well, true, but now you get to see it. It's right in front of you. You see those 2 Macs there? I edited on those.
Great to know.
Well, in fact, I think I used every Mac in that room. Do you know sometimes I would even have on my lunch breaks, I'd do stop motion animation, stuff like that.
Well, it doesn't surprise me, your brain doesn't stop.
That's true. I'm writing like 7 scripts already at the moment currently. By the time this commentary's over, they might not even all be done. And this is at last the first sort of interaction we get with Jake Stone and Ichabod. Because we have this thing that Ichabod doesn't like the police, but what I like is we don't reveal why he hates the police so much. Is it? I wonder if he's had a bad experience. Sound like Jeremy Irons then. Ruined by plans. I love it.
Easy. All I had to do was dial 999, and it directs me straight to you. Emergency services are so helpful these days.
I think that line was ad-libbed when you said about the emergency services. It's really good.
I want your complete attention. I want you to stay out of my business. What's going to happen, buddy? You're going to be found, you're going to be arrested. Oh, so you think I'm easy to catch, do you? I've been in many towns, villages, and cities, and not a single police man or woman has caught me. Yeah, you have no idea how hard I look. I'm sure you will look till your eyes are sore. Don't worry, don't waste your time. It'll be a waste of time not finding you. That's what it will be like, my friend. Good.
From a little Taken moment there. Good luck. Kind of like a little reference there. Good luck. That would have been fun if he said, "I'm going to find you and kill you."
I've got a name for things I've chased you away over time. His name is Detective Jake Stone.
That was Richard's problem. He can never stop looking at the camera. He always had to keep looking at the camera. So this is where we finally get the two villain and protagonist, fight, and then it starts to get a bit more personal now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've got that gun prop anymore. I think I've got a different one now.
I've called for backup. You're done, motherfucker.
Yeah, he wanted to ad-lib that motherfucker. I have no idea why, but who cares? Okay, now we skip to 1 year. And Lester has obviously gone okay with his life, as you can see. He seems to be happy. And then things begin to change dramatically as he remembers a very familiar face. But what I love here is that this is Lester now, starting to show his more confidence and wanting to show your character that, he's done well for himself since you helped him, I guess, kill his missus. So we show that, Ichabod is still in town. He still managed to dodge the police. And now he's on to another mission. But unfortunately, he doesn't leave the town because, he's not going to have his crime wave happen anymore soon. I loved it. I loved doing this scene. This was so good.
It just really shows the point that Crane does not give two shits about anyone he meets. He just likes to manipulate the situation, and afterwards he just fans them off. I think Crane only met him twice. Three times.
Yes, 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, and then just completely flags him off.
And that's what I like about it, because he's made Lester do something bad, and now he's like, right, I've done that, move on. And then, yeah, you can tell that he does remember him, and he's like, doesn't want to lose face. But Lester's not going to let it slide. I love that shot that you don't see Lester until there. Because I just love that, because it's like, right, he's not giving up. No, I'm not having that, sorry. Richard looks so confused there. I don't think he even knew what we were doing.
No.
No. But I kind of like that, because it means he doesn't know what the conversation's about.
Lester, stop. So you do know me.
And now he knows that he's got nothing else to do. He's thought, okay, screw it. If you want to fight, let's fight.
Lester, is this what you want? Yes. Or no? Yes.
It's another great shot there in the middle. Everyone's just like looking at each other. And I expect a little twist here.
See that, Lester? That's all you. Do you know how long I've been working with this guy? Do you want to know what I do for a living? I go from town to
When we definitely do the remake, there's definitely going to have to be a better backstory.
Oh yeah, and better dialogue.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Now with all the practice I've had over the years, I can definitely write better dialogue. I think my dialogue's definitely improved over the years.
Oh yeah, definitely. Considering what from this to the later films.
The action sequences are still great though. I love that shot. And I also love the blooper. When I did that, I went, did I look like I hit it? But yes. Definitely better dialogue and better acting and stuff, definitely. I think as well we better try and get some better outfits as well, like for
Oh,
the
yeah.
characters, like, you know. I mean, we look good there, but it's kind of cool to change the look.
His name is Gus. We believe a man called Crane.
This was another shot we did in the empty room. I think at one point Bradley forgot his line at this scene when he was supposed to give me the papers, and I said to him, "You're supposed to give me the papers now," and say the and he just didn't get it. I think we did it like 3 times. I was like, "You're supposed to give me the damn papers." My missus, who watched this film, she absolutely loved the flashback scenes. She absolutely loves it. She says the black and white sequences are so good. Another great shot there, just lurking into the bush. I just love these shots, every shot, and this here is great, and this scene as well. I love because this is another sign to show that Lester wanted to get rid of Ichabod and thought he could solve the problem, so he thought he could try and kill again. That's a great.
Who are you?
Great reveal shot there.
Nice to see you for the last time. Alright, Lester, I'll give you a free cigarette start. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, brave of Lester to take on a serial killer. You got to admit, his confidence is definitely shot up.
Well, his stupidity is shot up.
Yeah. I think Lester's a bit of both, stupid and.
Scorpion wanted to cross the river. They didn't know how to swim.
I love this. I really wanted to add this storyline about the scorpion and the frog because it does kind of link with this sort of story. You know, who's the scorpion, who's the frog, who can you trust, who can you not trust, whose nature's not going to change. And I kind of like that, and I'm so glad that we added this scene into it. I love as well that I follow you backwards and like you're looking for every tree.
And they both frowned.
It's really good.
So, Lester, do you understand the moral of the story?
Because you can tell now that they've caused so much chaos between the two that now this is finally the end of everything.
You're the frog. Wait. That doesn't make any sense. Because
That's another good shot. You in the distance just looking like that.
and you were trying to help me. So, in a way, that makes you the
I'm definitely going to add the scorpion and the frog sequence in this scene and the reboot definitely as well.
Go on then, Lester.
But another sort of more dramatic scene.
Prove to me that you're not a frog. Or better than yet, a toad. You know, that's a pretty gay name.
I don't think we get away with that today. I actually had to punch you there, didn't I? He was like, "Go on, just see if you can knock me down," and I did. God, you're the devil there, just rising up from hell, from the pits of hell. There, I love it. I remember when I showed my flatmates at uni, right? I showed them I showed them the film, but that bit where I'm holding the gun and I was aiming it towards you, one of my flatmates went, "Go on, shoot him." Like, literally, she got so into the film, she was going, "Go on, shoot him." And also, I love this bit because everyone who watches this film always guesses, is there bullets in the gun? I love it. They're like, "I bet there's no bullets." Nah, there's bullets. And then the reveal. And I love it when they go, "Oh, there isn't." You know. But the fact that Lester was actually still going to do it as well. Yeah, that bit always got a good laugh.
Lester!
Yeah, it's a kind of fast forward a lot of these clips because some of the action was kind of slow, so it's kind of pace it up a bit. Right there. And this is the last time that these two see each other. And Lester still thinks he's got away with it. This fight sequence was fun to film. We actually filmed this. This was actually the last scene we ever filmed in the entire film, and it was a very mucky day. But we managed to get through it. I think this was also the day me and you went to the cinema. I think we went to go see Horrible Bosses 2 or something. We filmed this and we went to the cinema. Yeah, some of the action sequences. This is some good action sequences here. That worked. Great little ad lib in there with the whole spitting thing. Well, I just had to add something, again, more comicalness in a serious situation. That's a really good shot as well.
If I was in a children's playground, as a bit of a...
Yeah, but luckily there was no one around. Two adults fighting in a children's playground, how childish. And a murder as well. The kids ain't going to go to that playground anytime soon. Mummy, there's a dead body. Yeah. You did a great job as well playing dead in this bit. Like, you just, I never expected you to lay there with your eyes on. You did a really good job. You actually look dead. And the big reveal. And I love the fact that Ichabod kept it. So he obviously keeps a treasured possession from his victims, which is obviously what they do. But in the original idea I had, Ichabod kind of listens to it more and more because it's kind of like a thing that he loves to hear. It's like he's not. I don't want to use the word aroused, but he's kind of like he likes to relax listening to that sort of thing. Because that's what makes him kind of like a sick serial killer.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm going to do in the reboot is definitely add that more into the cleanup, not just of Lester but of other victims as well. That's a good shot. I'm glad I slow motioned it as well because it adds a bit more emotion. And 2 weeks later, yep. So Lester finally gets his comeuppance as well, which I'm really glad about. Well, I think some people were kind of glad he got his comeuppance, but at the same time, someone said that they actually got sad for Lester that he didn't get away. It was a very slippery road running through that bit. And this shot I love. I just put the camera on the parking bit, and this car went through, and I used it. Jeez, what a horrible way to die! I think Lester died worse than Ichabod.
Yeah.
And then we get these little bits here. Some people said to me, "Oh, was this based on a true story?" And I was like, "No, this is just what happens next." But there you go. This was our very first feature. Any last thoughts on this?
Yeah, it was fun to it was fun to make to begin with, and it's interesting to see how far we've come from the future from the past. So, yeah.
This will always be like our little treasured film.
Mm.
We'll always celebrate it. And it's nice that we've actually managed to make this film and it's done quite well and people loved it. I mean, the reception for this film was amazing. And we've had some great feedback from even filmmakers as well. Like they've seen this, they've gone, this is a really good first feature. So, guys, thanks for listening to our audio commentary. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope to... do some more in the future. Please subscribe to the channel and keep an eye out for more projects in the future. And from me, Reece Manigan.
And me, Charles.
Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.